Hey everybody, welcome back to Zack's MRE review channel. Today, it's not a ration review for this video, but it is military history related, and I like to share it as much as I can. I was looking at the wife and myself were looking around on Facebook, and a local gentleman was selling off some World War II era memorabilia in relation to the war. Some of the stuff was brought back to the States by soldiers. Some of the stuff here was actually used in the States by civilians. So it's not much, but I thought it was pretty cool, and just share it with everyone out there and see if anybody enjoyed it. So we'll start off with, I was able to get this, which according to the guy, I can't confirm it at the moment with some of this, but this is some money that was brought back. On the top here, we'll start. They're both. These are both the same. Yeah. This is a 10 yen Japanese banknote. I thought it was pretty cool. I was able to get my hands on that. So there you go. The 10 yen. So, like I said, I got two of those. Which again, I find it pretty cool. And here, it's a much smaller bill, but this is a 50 yen banknote. I like the artwork on it. It's pretty cool. That's what the back of her looks like. So that's that. Do that one last. Then this is a much bigger bill. This is a 100 yen. Front, and there's the back. Some really nice artwork on these, I gotta say. Then lastly, this is a 20,000 mark bill from, as you can see at the top, Reichsbanknote. So this is from Germany, and according to the date on this, it's something down there relates to 1923. So I have to guess that's probably when this banknote's from. There's the back. So I found that particularly interesting. So I was able to get those, save those. I'm gonna try to, I don't know, laminate them or in some way preserve them so they don't fall apart. Especially that German one's starting to really fall apart. So that's it for those, and we'll move on to the next item in a moment. Alright, so we saw the money. Now we're going to move on. These were used stateside by civilians. I thought these were pretty cool. I was able to get my hand on these. A little delicate, so I don't want to move them around too much. Let me quickly put them in order here. There's a duplicates. There's a duplicate. Alright. So, these guys here, as you can see here, United States of America, this is a war ration book that was issued by the Office of Price Administration. This had to do with the wartime rationing we had in our country here, as did Britain and pretty much anyone else who was involved in the World War. So, what I got here is a total of 4. So there's book 1, 2, 3, and 4. I did just a little bit of research on it here. Took some notes. I'll try to give you a little bit of information. There's a ton of information on this, and it goes into specifics of certain quantities of certain items, things like that. I'm not going into a full history lesson here, so this is what I got here. Is a very brief bit of information. If you want to know more, Google it. There's a lot of information out there. You know, go out there and knock your socks off. So, let's see, I didn't really write these in order, so I'm stupid like that. But anyway, so this first one here on top, that was a War Ration Book number 1. It was also known as the Sugar Book. It was first issued May 2nd, 1942, and obviously it mainly pertained to sugar. Because sugar was the first consumer commodity that was rationed in our country. By the end of 1942, 9 other items were added to the list. So there was a total of 10 items that were rationed. Now, the very first item to be rationed, not a consumer item per se like food, but the very first actual item was the OPA actually rationed tires due to rubber for the war effort. And they began rationing tires December of 1941. And then back to the sugar book, most of the rationing had ended by August of 1945, except for sugar, which continued to be rationed until sometime in 1947. So there's that. When I open these up, because there are stamps left in these, most of the stamps were generic. It just gave an amount. It didn't say amount of what. So basically you would be issued your book here. You would know you can get a quantity of something, but you didn't know what it was right off. And what would happen is after you got these, however many, I didn't see a length of time given, the local newspapers would print a list of what these stamps corresponded to in terms of goods. So most of the time, most items like sugar were evenly distributed. So that means every single person, I got 10 ounces, the wife got 10 ounces, the kid got 10 ounces, etc. But there are other things, like a big one was gasoline, that was distributed based off a person's justified reason. So just saying, oh, I need gas, I want to go drive around, isn't a good reason. So you would get the lowest available quantity of fuel ration. Whereas people such as civil defense people, firemen, doctors, policemen, etc., they were given the highest amount, which was an unlimited amount of petrol. And basically you just go to the fuel station, show them your there's a sticker on the car, and that would get you your petrol ration. And then these books themselves, they were actually issued out by local rationing boards. At the beginning, they set up approximately 5,500 local level ration boards that were in charge of issuing these out, managing them, etc., etc. So, and the whole rationing thing, like I said, with the tires and everything else, that all began, and they came up with a scheme for that just after the attack on Pearl Harbor, when pretty much the nation knew we were going to war and we were gonna, need this stuff. So, and basically, if you didn't use all your stamps, they created, where did I put it here? They called them either red or blue point tokens. And they were basically given to you as change, as with any money. So instead of getting 50 cents back, you would get 50 red point tokens or blue point tokens, and that was based off the color of the stamp. It was a red stamp or a blue stamp that you used. So that's basically just a brief rundown of what I found about it. And again, there's a lot more information out there. Feel free to research it all you want. But, for the sake of doing this, I don't want to blab on and on like a history teacher. That's not what I am or what I do. So, I'll give you a quick overview of these. This is what the front of book 1 looked like. This is the back of the booklet. Now, you will see there are information filled out on these names and addresses. Obviously, these people aren't alive anymore. And as far as I know, the address doesn't even exist anymore. So, and that's why I'm not going to really try to censor it, because, it's almost 100 years old. So in this particular one, you open it up, and there's your certificate of registrar. Kind of getting close here, so you can get a look at that. Here's a description of you, where you're from, the local board number 35-14, who issued these. And right down here, there's still 3 stamps left in this book. Now these aren't the color-coded ones. You'll find those in the later books here. And that's what those look like. And it's basically just a single sheet of paper folded in quarters. There we go. It's extremely delicate and old, so I'm going to try to preserve these some way, whether I laminate them or however I go about it. But that was the first one, book 1. I have two of these. And now, one other piece of information I can add is, who got these? Everyone. So, Dad got one, Mom got one, oldest kid got one, middle kid got one, even baby got one. So, you'd have, to collect their ration, you'd have to bring their book. And it got to a point where there was a lot of fraud and stuff going on with that. And it got to a point where when you went to the store and you presented your book, your stamps had to be attached as they are here. If they were loose, just already cut out or anything like that before you got to the store, the stores were supposed to refuse you. So you'd have to hand this book. The clerk would have to then himself cut or tear the stamp out himself to be valid. If it was already removed and you tried to hand it in loosely, they were to refuse it. So this is here, we got book 2. Got a stamp here too, showing that it's official. That's the back of this book. And this particular one doesn't have any coupons left, and I thought I did. Let me look at. Might have selected the wrong one. No, then my book 2s, I think I don't have any stamps in book 2. So that's it for book 2. Now we move on to book 3. This is what book 3 look like. And this one's got a lot more in it. When you open it up, there's some of your stamps. Try to get in there. There you go, and they're all numbered. As you can see, ration stamp number 234. And as you can see, they got a field gun there. Some of these had airplanes, and there was a few other graphics they put on these. And this one isn't as exciting. Book 4 is a little more exciting, but there you go with more stamps. That was book 3. And now we move on to book 4. This is what the front of book 4 look like. The back. Then you open this one up. Really no writing in this one. This is where you get those colorful stamps I was talking about. So here you got some green ones. Then over here you got red. That's what I was talking about, the red tokens. I didn't see anything about green tokens. It only really said red or blue, but who knows. Again, there's a lot of information out there. Feel free to research away. And there's your blue. And now what these actually mean, I don't know. I didn't get that far into looking. Again, I wasn't going that crazy with it. And then you got spares. I'm not sure how those were used. So, that was your ration book number 4. And that's what everyone got. And this is actually your application. And in this case, this was an application for War Ration book number 3. And write your information there. Again, I'm not going to go too crazy on censoring, but... And this is where it would go. Stamp on it, postmarked. And that's what she looked like. So that's what your civilians would get in terms of ration books here in the United States. Obviously, the British system was completely different. I don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to say much about it. Other than I know they did it, and that's all I know. And last up, I was able to get a couple patches, some pins and things. Not sure the era on this. This appears to be just post-World War II. So entering the Korean War, even Cold War era. But this was a postcard that was included. As you can see, postcard. Another, it's a pretty cool one actually, I like that. So there's that. And then I did a little research on these, not a whole lot, so. But to start off with, as far as I know, that's the flag of Israel. So that's definitely post World War II, because Israel wasn't created till 1948, if my history is correct, which I'm pretty sure on that one it is. So I got one of those. And then I got the American Israeli flag, joined together pin. Then I got a stack of patches. These, I don't know what these were for. I got a whole bunch of them. If you know what these are, I'm sure somebody out there does. Leave it down in the comments. I'm really curious, so I appreciate that. We have a unit patch, which I do know what this is for, so. This is the unit patch for the shoulder of your jacket or uniform shirt, whatever. You got this. And this is where that shoulder patch goes for, and this is the pin. And now this one, the patch and the pin belong to the United States 50th Armored Division. It was active from 1946 to 1993, so obviously that's post-war. And it was a divisional sized formation belonging to the New Jersey Army National Guard. That's what that pin and the subsequent shoulder patch is for. And digging around here, I got a couple of those pins. So a lot of these are like doubles and so on. This is for the Army Medical Corps. I know that. Only got one of these. I got that. I'm not sure. This is for the Navy. I don't know exactly what it means. I saw one exactly like this. That it was the rank insignia for Chief Petty Officer, but it didn't have the coloration on the U.S. end, so not exactly sure. Other than it's Navy. Again, if somebody knows, please let me know. Really curious to know. I'm gonna put these in my display case of stuff, so I'd like to know what I'm displaying, you know. So I got a whole bunch of those. Another Israeli flag, and then I got just a couple. Looks like it would go on a helmet or a hat. I had a fire department shield, and the rank would go on just the exact same way, but is that one? Is that one? That's nice. And lastly, I got, I don't know which way to even put it, but I'm thinking that way, based off the A. So, that's all I got. So again, I just wanted to share a little bit of military history that I was able to get today. So I hope you guys found this interesting. Like I said, if you know more about this stuff, and especially the ones I specifically asked about, please leave it down in the comments. I'd really like to know what I got and what I'm displaying, so on and so forth. So, but that goes ahead and brings us to the end of this video. So as always, I hope you found it informative, and I thank anybody out there who provides me a little bit of extra information on any of this stuff. And other than that, stay safe out there, everybody, and we're going to go ahead and we'll see you on the next actual ration review here on Zack's MRE Review channel. Bye.